Hello and welcome to Dragon Age the Veilguard. This is I believe, the third installment. I do have some bad news. When I was recording this, somehow, all of a sudden, OBS stopped recording my vocals, and I have gone so many hours without noticing this, so this is going to mean a few things. One, no live reaction from me, unfortunately, which does suck because some pretty big stuff happened. And two, there's going to be a different editing style, which will actually cut down this video quite a lot. Because it'll be less of a playthrough and more of a highlight reel. So I'll just go ahead and get started. The first thing I did was talk to Bellara, and I was not prepared for what I would encounter.
Okay, Bellara, what's your lead on getting us a Fade expert for the team?
Good evening.
Greetings.
Rook, so we need a Fade expert. I've been writing to a senior mage who fits the part. But right now he's on an expedition, so I reached out to his colleagues to find him. This is Lady Myrna and Veilguard.
Narrator Solgum here. Of course his name is Veilguard.
They're necromancers. Mournwatch ones, I mean.
Your friend's request for a Fade expert was urgent. How darksome are things outside Navarra?
Very.
I see. Bellara's correspondent is Professor
You see that?
Emmerich
He's
Volkari,
Shadows.
a Fade
He's
expert
Shadows.
and powerful psychopath.
What is he?
You will
Is
need
that even his real name?
Where can I find him?
The Professor is currently delving the shrouded halls in the Grand Necropolis. We will grant you passage to look for him. Where the dead. Lately they grow restless.
Part 2 of the quest was to talk to Harding about getting a dragon hunter.
So I put the word out for dragon hunters, and I've heard back about someone who might work. It's a woman named Tosh from a group of Ravani treasure hunters called the Lords of Fortune.
Sounds promising.
An agent for the Lords said that Tosh is working on a mission for them along the Ravane coast. If we help her, she'll be free to join us and fight any blighted dragons the gods throw our way.
What do you know about what's going on in Ravane right now?
Not much more than you do. Varric and I never went there while hunting Solus. The Kunari were on pretty good terms with Ravane, but that was before the Antam military broke away from the rest of the Kun. I wouldn't be surprised if the Antam invaded Ravane like they did Treviso and Eastern Tevinter.
All right, guess we'll be ready. Thanks for finding a contact. There can't be that many professional dragon hunters around.
Time to find
I'm
out if the
somewhat of an
crossroads
expert
can get us
myself.
to an alluvion
Using
in
the
that
Dragon
area.
Age wiki, I managed to defeat
We'll head
all
out
the
whenever
dragons
you're
in
ready.
Dragon Age Inquisition. Not to brag. So since I have the memory of a goldfish and Harding is the one that literally just told me about the dragon hunter, I went with that instead of, what was it, a necromancer? Anyway, so, I had to choose my team, right, so I chose, who did I choose? Hold on, we're gonna find out who I chose. But honest is unavailable because I failed him, and he hates me now. And I hate myself? Who did I choose? Okay, Harding, great.
Hey,
Hi, I'm Rook. I'm very much hoping you're Tosh.
yeah.
Nice to meet you.
The Lords want to hit a cave on the coastal cliffs. Big Vincimer makes her lair there. We get her out, the Lords get in, we go home and get drunk. Might be more on Tom. Don't get in my way.
I've got a good feeling about her. So, what's the plan exactly?
We need to lure the Vincimer out of her lair. I set bait, she comes out to eat. My partners loot the lair while she's out here. We'll find the bait on the beach.
You said the dragon we're dealing with was a Vincimer.
Yeah. Blue with the yellow belly. Breathes lightning.
Oh, one that breathes lightning? I've heard stories.
We're not fighting her. Lords just want the Horde in her lair. On Tom ahead. Be ready. They go hard.
This part's not important. All you need to know is that I totally carried.
So, you've got no problem fighting other Kunari?
I'm from Ravain. Not like I follow the king.
You've got the arm ropes.
Sure. I wear a lot of stuff. You don't get to tell me who I am. Doesn't matter anyway. The Anton don't follow the Qun either. Not anymore.
So what made you want to work with us?
I don't.
I thought you wanted us here to help you.
No.
We're not fighting the dragon?
No. Vincimers eat big game. Usually sea life. They're not hostile unless you do something stupid.
Like, poke around in its lair?
Right. So we lure her out, then the lords go in and grab anything shiny.
But you do kill dragons, right? You're a dragon hunter.
I kill them when they need killing. This one doesn't.
Right. You said we'd find bait here?
Bait'll find us. Come on.
How? Look, Deep Stalkers!
You know, not to be nitpicky, but their names, the name of the animal is Deep Stalkers. That implies that they stop the deep. This is not deep. You're at the surface. Moreover, in previous games, like dinosaurs, they're always in caves. So what are they doing here?
I think that's the last of them. Now what?
Now I get the fire going and make our dragon dinner. Good. She'll like it. And this potion will put her to sleep for a few hours. But we gotta get her attention. Use the horn up there. Come on, she'll be here soon.
So, we held up our end of the bargain?
You did okay. So, what do y'all do?
Right now, we're trying to take down evil god monsters and their blighted dragons.
What? That can't be right. Dragons don't get blighted. They're smart enough to avoid that crap.
However, it's happening. The gods are using the blight to force dragons to attack people.
That's messed up. Somebody needs to stop them. There you go. Atas Kari.
Where are we headed?
That old Grey Warden fort. Anton might be there.
She responds to the horn?
This time.
You've fed her before then?
Took a while to get her used to it.
It sounds like you've got her trained.
You train a dog. You reach an understanding with a dragon. Vincimers are clumsy on land. Better in the water. They cut the surface like a knife.
They swim?
They dive down after prey like a giant bird. Sometimes they stun schools of fish with their lightning. Gulp them all down in a single bite.
That was close. Maybe too close.
Letting us know she sees us. Might also be her way of saying thanks for the food.
Someone built an entire fortress and then left it empty?
Seems to be a big Grey Warden outpost. They left after the Darkspawn stopped coming.
I found these 3 statues. I messed with it for a while before I realized that they were, you know, for weaker minds. And that I should really leave it for the next adventurer to try to, you know, train themselves up. So I just, yeah, I just left that. And then I pressed F instead of E. Oops.
Shit. More on Tom. You're not even supposed to be here! Dust people? I'll you weak dust people!
So the Untarmed took over the outpost after the Grey Wardens abandoned it.
Yeah. Ravain and the Qunari were at peace forever. Then the Antom broke away from the Qun and invaded. But Qunari builders are part of a different caste. They didn't break away. So the Antom take over old forts like this instead of building their own. Grapples, nets. The Antom are going after the Vincimer.
Is that bad? She can deal with that, right?
Not after I drugged her. Come on. They've been watching. They knew I drug her to make her sleep. Assholes!
Skip, skip, skip.
They haven't seen us yet. We can run.
Hey!
For free? Where are his clothes?
I brought her down. She's mine by right.
Makara.
Mara Namra Benarie Bala! Atash Martarost! Asitarala! Kyuto!
Yunasi Bishidam.
Tarala!
Come on!
I love how he hangs back until he finds out that she could breathe fire. I'll let you guess how this fight went. Yep, that's right. I lost, and that was game over. Weirdly enough, the afterlife in this game is just the same thing, but continued. You know, sort of like a death hallucination.
So, you breathed fire.
Yeah?
But how?
Were we supposed to know this? Because I don't remember you mentioning it.
We can talk later. Let me know when you're ready. I'll burn the chains off the dragon.
Does she know we're trying to help?
No, she's pissed.
We don't have to fight her, do we?
We can run. I don't think she'll chase us.
As one dragon flew off, now safe to finish its nap, uninterrupted, another was about to wake up. The surviving Antom poachers carried news of a fire-breathing Qunari back to their leader. Tosh and the team would soon find themselves being hunted by the Dragon King.
Wonderfully done, Tash. While you played with the big scary dragon, we looted the shiny stuff from her cave. So, Rook, Varric's talked about you. I see he wasn't making shit up this time. They call me Isabella, among other things.
What did you find in the cave?
A lot of dragon shit, gold, some fancy trinkets, and this.
It almost looks like a rune. Does it do anything?
Shit, I hope not.
It conveys knowledge. While not as impressive as a magical explosion, it can still change the world.
Rook, this is Shathan. She's our expert on Qunari artifacts.
This piece predates the Steel Age by centuries. It comes from an earlier attempt at settlement. One that left no survivors. You used your fire.
What? No.
Were you seen by the Antom? You promised you would be careful, Evatosh. You need to be away for a while. It is good you are joining Rook's team.
I'm what?
We're looking for a good dragon hunter. That would be you.
Yeah?
Our contact here said you'd agree to join us.
Didn't Shathan... I thought you and your mother had agreed on this.
Nope.
Whoops. Well, you'll work it out. You always do. for gold and glory, Tash. You're welcome back whenever. Rook, pleasure doing business with you.
Mother, what did you do?
I thought you would enjoy the chance to work with Rook's team. Do you not wish to stop these blighted dragons?
Of course I do. I might have decided to join on my own. Maybe after you talked to me.
I talked to you about not using your fire in front of the Antam. I will prepare potions for you to take. Would you prefer ginger or lavender?
The ginger.
Hassam Vinek. Rook, you will keep her safe.
Well, it must be nice to have your mother so involved in your life. Anyway, welcome to the team. Might not be what you wanted, but we could really use the help.
I'll get my stuff.
It is crazy to me that people can romance Tosh, because Tosh is like a younger sibling. That's the dynamic that I have with that.
Sorry?
Joining your team. It is what I wanted.
Glad to hear it.
Usually have to dodge traps and fight spiders to see this much old elven stuff. Talk to Isabella if you want to sell any of it. She'll get you a good deal.
Spoken like a veteran treasure hunter.
Yep. For gold and glory. The lords make runs no one else can. Isabella's undies would catch fire if she saw all this.
Feel free to use the ancient elven artifacts for weight training, but nothing leaves with you, okay?
Don't worry about that. The lords of fortune aren't thieves.
As a crow, I'm not the moral authority here, but if some lords don't think like you...
Nah. Anything we hunt is salvage. Old forgotten ruins and crap. And we make sure we're not screwing over a culture that lost it. That's what my mother does with the Kunari stuff.
How does the Ravani Royal Guard feel about the Lords of Fortune?
They used to complain about us. But that was before the Antam invaded Ravane.
And now Ravane sees the benefits of having a bunch of heavily armed people on their side.
Same for the Pirate Armada. It's bigger than Ravane's official navy. But we're also helping save old artifacts. The Antam are burning ruins as they move south. We get artifacts out before the Antam destroy them. Magical stuff. Cultural stuff. Stuff you don't want to lose.
All right. I guess I'll just leave you here. A treasure hunter. With all the priceless artifacts.
Okay, I was gonna go back to Ravane later. Got a thing to do for my mother. You can come along, if you want.
Do I need to be ready for combat? Or traps?
Nah.
All right. Just let me know when.
Listen, you don't need all this. Let me just walk you through all the cutscenes, alright? First we've got to talk to Davern, and then... I don't know, I actually haven't watched the rest of the video, but you know, we'll just look at some cutscenes.
Carving monsters, huh? Didn't figure you for an artist.
This is by necessity. If you know your enemy, their weak spots, maybe you live another day.
Well, when the army of miniature monsters invade, we'll know how to beat them.
Size is nothing. A Rygar can ruin your day with one bite. The poison swells your brain.
That could explain Solus.
Standard bestiaries are always some mage drawing things they've never seen, taking the piss out of it.
Look at the way
They
his
don't
body freezes
understand
left.
how when the hunt ends and you come
His
nose
face is
to
moving
nose
with his
with
body
an
froze.
ogre, someone's
Weird.
going to die. So I'm making the real Monster Hunter manual.
Just remember, it's spelled R-O-O-K. The hero who took down the gods.
That chapter's going to be mine.
Where's the Gloomhowler?
Can't carve it till I know what it is. You want a piece of the Howler boy?
Is he ready?
Was I ready the first time I fought a Hurlock?
Well, you're still alive.
I got my ass handed to me. Broke 4 ribs and cracked my jaw. Then I got back up and drove a blade through its skull. In this line of work, Asan and I are only as strong as the quarry we hunt.
Makes sense. You'll learn to fight by fighting.
I don't know another way. Out there in the world, you sink or swim.
Can a half-lion, half-eagle swim?
Don't know. Asan?
Which half was that?
Search me. Both halves share the same stomach.
Right. See you around.
Emmerich time.
This is it. No sign of the professor.
I hope he's here and that he doesn't mind us disturbing him. He is a senior necromancer. I don't... Oh!
Visitors! What a marvelous surprise! Any trouble with the lift?
Sir,
Our last guests were stuck
your
for
skull
hours. Poor souls.
is flame, and you have no brain.
Professor Emmerich Volkaren of the Morn Watch.
Hello, Professor. We've never met, well, in person, but I've been writing to you.
Belara, my dear girl. What a pleasure. Surely you didn't come all this way just to see me.
Actually, we did. You see, we need a Fade expert.
I'm Rook.
Charmed.
I like that bit with the flaming skull.
It's nothing, really. Just an evocation of the flame of the last steps.
Looks great.
Thank you. You know, I'm never quite sure how these spells strike someone from outside Navarra. I'd be pleased to continue our conversation after I tend to some small business here. I must investigate. Would you two mind accompanying me further into the shrouded halls?
Toward that screaming.
Something's gone awry in this part of the necropolis, Rook. The dead stir more easily than they should.
What's that ahead?
Strange. These halls should be under the protection of the bell.
Alright, now I don't want to get too crazy here, but I do want to point out that the next demon targets me specifically. Does that say anything about how visceral my character is?
Is that a
Bane.
despair demon?
Fascinating, isn't it? They shouldn't be able to breach the shrouded halls at all.
Take your word for it.
Be careful, Rook. It's singling you out.
What? Where'd everyone go?
Spirit manifested here.
Lead the way, Professor.
Someone's barred the door and chained the sunken star.
There's undead here.
We may need to defend ourselves, depending on their condition.
Haven't fought undead in a while.
There's no reaching these. They're mindless.
I thought you could control them.
I'm afraid sometimes the weaker dead work themselves into frenzies. Poor things.
Nice, Everett. You're quicker than you look.
Must free that bell.
Need some help?
Thank you. The star, the bell, can banish these despair spirits if we unchain it. We'll need a wisp to unseal the doors leading out. Could you please find one and bring it here?
Okay. How?
Give your greetings, and the wisp will follow.
Hello, Wisp. Good to meet you. I'm Rogue. I'm a Pisces. I like long walks on the beach.
Wisps are the simplest of spirits, but quite helpful. Bring the wisp here, and we can unseal the doors.
Doors open. Where to now?
This should lead us to the upper chambers, where we can free the bell. There's someone I'd like to consult with on the way.
So, Professor,
Just Emily, please.
you weren't that surprised we need a Fade expert.
The spirits talk. Even the simplest have been clamoring about chaos in the Fade. Someone coming to consult wasn't an if.
There I go, interrupting. Emric. Like I have no respect for the man.
So much as a when.
It's freezing. What kind of magic is this?
Echoes of the despair spirits. Misery devouring itself. We should keep our distance. If provoked, these manifestations will shatter.
What you are about to see is me taking Emric's words very seriously, and I'm avoiding all these spots, but you're also about to see Emric and Darren waltz through them.
This is lot 2. Didn't see any wisps around. Then I shall call for aid. They've answered. We'll need to guide the wisps who've just arrived to the door.
Those wisps really came just because you asked.
They care for us, Rook. Our ever-loyal friends amongst the dead.
Here's our second wisp.
Just waiting for us. Almost right.
I assure you, good Warden, not everything in the necropolis is as hostile as despair.
Take your word for it.
There's the lock.
Strange. This door shouldn't be here.
Shouldn't it?
The necropolis rearranges itself every so often.
Need a wisp.
Well done. Past these chambers, we'll find some assistance with reaching the bell. Despair is far more pervasive than I'd thought. We must stop who's ever drawing these spirits here, Rook.
You think a person's behind all the despair demons?
Oh yes. Mortals are their prime attraction. Tell me, Rook, where are you from?
I spent most of my life in Antiva.
Am I correct in guessing you're one of the crows?
At your service.
You must tell me about your journeys once we're above ground. Here we are. This is where we'll learn who summoned these despair spirits.
But how?
You must open yourself to possibilities while in the necropolis. Would you mind lighting those braziers, Rook? We are chaining quickly.
Got it. You already sold me.
By seal and flame, who brought despair in our midst? Despair? Who brought it here?
Venatori.
The Venatori. Ugh. Of course. This way, please.
What did you just do?
The colloquial term is corpse whispering, a gift that manifested with my magic.
Gift is one word for it.
Honestly, I've no idea how the other Watchers navigate the necropolis without it.
Shh. I think I hear someone.
This map is useless. We wasted 3 slaves in those traps.
Oh, you're
If the
dead.
Hand of Glory burns down,
You wasted lives. That's what I said when I was playing it live. Yeah, and then I killed them.
What are the Venatori after? Gold? Artifacts?
Raw magic. Their first envoys were obsessed with gathering power for some new masters.
Ah, I'll fill you in on them later. This looks interesting.
A spirit labyrinth? I didn't know they'd learn to make miniature ones in Tevinter.
Hello. The Venatori bring you here?
They said I'd spilled the wine too many times. That I'd be a better sacrifice than slave.
You are in Navarra, sir. There are no slaves on our soil. Please remain here. After we've seen to the rest of the Venatori, I'll send for someone to escort you above.
Oh, all right.
Those Venatori dragged that man down here just to die.
The Watchers will shelter him. We'll inquire if he has any family in Minrathous. As for the Venatori, what remains of them will be put to work. The Sunken Star can help us if we break the Venatori's chains.
Right. There's one chain.
yes!
That's the last chain.
We must return to the lower level to ring the bell.
Wow, there's something going on. Let me tell you that this recording was originally 5 hours long. So however much I've cut it down to by now. That's impressive, isn't it?
Be ready.
You're grateful,
The
aren't
ritual
you?
to wake the bell will draw Despair's attention.
And any more Venatori?
I'll need you to keep them occupied while I work.
It worked. No more despair demons.
Pretty impressive.
Thank you. But come, let's ensure these cultists didn't leave anything dangerous behind. I'll ask our attendants to gather their bodies later, of course.
And this is a severed hand.
It can't be. A hand of glory? The Venatori should never have this. I must find out where it came from.
Let's get back to the lighthouse.
You can tell me why you've sought out a Fade expert on the way?
I know it's a lot, but I swear we've seen the blighted elven gods ourselves.
It would explain recent Oniric disruptions.
At the least. The implications of what Rook's witnessed are... Ah, thank you, Manfred.
No one ever brings me tea after I slog through a haunted crypt.
My assistant, Manfred. Always thoughtful.
You spoke of danger to the Fade.
The elven gods plan to tear it wide open to get to the blight. And they've already messed with it. Demons, tears in reality. Our team needs a Fade expert.
Many Watchers never depart Navarra. But with events so dire...
I'd be delighted to assist.
It has been many years since you left us.
Well, yes, but elven gods, ancient magics. I couldn't bear miss this. Besides, I've spent my life exploring the Fade and speaking to spirits. If Rook needs an expert, none are better qualified than I.
Only if your assistant's coming.
Manfred? But of course.
Welcome aboard.
Wonderful. I'll gather my things. Come, Manfred.
The Grand Necropolis was at peace again, and Emmerich was off to a new adventure. But in Navarra, nothing stays down for long. The Venatori had unearthed something no one should have, and delivered delivered it to the worst possible person. Emmeric's journey would soon bring him face to face with the glowing lantern.
What the Venatori ultimately intended with their incursions into the necropolis worries me. Whether or not it was directed by the gods, the timing serves them well. Chaos, I fear, is their ally.
With this, Demeter's Crossing and the Blighted Dragons, and everything else we're all dealing with, feels like we're at war. A lot of little wars.
They want a war? We'll damn well give them one.
You need an army to fight a war, though. They've got two. The Venatori and Antam wasted no time allying themselves with the gods. Power at any cost.
So how do we fight back then?
We don't have an army, but we do have allies. Like the Veil Jumpers.
After Demeter's Crossing, it's personal for them.
The Shadow Dragons, particularly after we helped save their city.
A debt the Viper will repay soon.
Also, Lady Morrigan requested a meeting at the Cobbled Swan in Minrathous.
Could she have found some trace of the gods?
Probably. Morrigan doesn't visit crowded taverns for fun.
I also heard from Grey Wardens out in the Hossberg wetlands, Antoine and Evka. Something strange is happening with the Blight there. I bet it involves the gods.
Any details on the Blight in the wetlands?
Antoine said he didn't write it down.
Why not?
Either he didn't trust someone else wouldn't read the note, or he didn't want us to panic.
The first warden didn't seem impressed the last time we met.
I heard he told you to piss up a rope.
Will he be in the wetlands?
I don't keep track, but he can't stop you from asking a few questions, if we're fast enough.
Gillenane has laid low since we hurt her dragon, but the Blight spreads rot wherever the gods go.
And no one's better at tracking Blight than Wardens.
Morrigan and those Wardens feel like our best leads on finding the gods.
Are they really gods? Or just ancient mages? It's not clear.
They're gods.
Lucanus!
In their power and wrath, at least.
Lucanus, you're back.
I am.
Good to have you back. This is Professor Emmerich Volkarin, our Fade expert, and Tash, our dragon hunter. They joined while you were away.
Hey.
Charmed.
Right. Not everyone has met.
So, a dragon hunter. Treviso could have used you.
What's happening there?
It's just... people blame you for what happened to Treviso, Rook.
They blame me.
But they
I was
did
just one
not have to
person.
make that
Are you
choice,
kidding?
Knowing what the
Really?
gods are capable of. There was no recall. Still, it changes things. How could it not?
But you're back with us.
Yes, here to stay.
Good to have you back. Whatever the circumstances. Everyone needs to be part of this. That's the only way we'll win.
After what they did to Treviso, I want these gods to fall. I don't see anyone else with a better chance than you. My blade's yours. Until the end.
Great. Let's follow up on some leads.
I'll let Lady Morrigan know we're ready to meet.
I'll send word to Antoine and Evka. They're holed up in a town called Lavendel.
Everyone else should rest up. Be ready to move when I call.
Never easy, is it, kid?
What do you mean?
Making the big choices, then living with the consequences.
I don't think it ever should be easy. As soon as it gets easy, you're not the right person to make those decisions. It needs to be hard. That's how you know you're taking it seriously.
And that's why I recruited you, Rook. You get that. Not everyone does. Anyway, you've got a meeting with Morrigan to attend, and dealing with whatever the Wardens found. All this chatting is taking it out of me. Think I'll rest for a bit. Good work, Rook. You'll find your way through this. I know it.
Thanks, Varric. You're the best. All right, you ready? I'm gonna read this quest outro, and I'm gonna try to do Emery's voice. Are you ready? If it gives me time. Drawing on his necromantic powers, Emric banished the Despair demons infesting the shrouded halls and drove out the invading Venatori. Learning that malevolent ancient gods were causing chaos in the Fade, the professor joined the team to help stop these mystical threats to creation. Unbeknownst to him, the Venatori plot is the beginning of a chain of events that will lead Emric into a dark figure from his past. Okay, I remember this bit because this note said, I'll try to read it in the time. Look at this place. We planned a rebellion here once, said we'd change the future of the elves, throw off tyrants, and we did. Now the path outside is fractured. It'll be hard rekindling all the Illuvians. Solus, if you see this, I'll be looking for you out of the world, in this world and in the World One. Don't cause too much trouble before I get there. Who wrote this? Is my question. I still don't know. Maybe someone else does. But I'm very curious. Yeah, also there were some statues I had to move to unlock a secret door. But while I was doing that, I got distracted by a cutscene with Bavara.
Oh, Rook! Good to see you. Irilyn and Strife sent word. Some of the artifacts we have in storage are acting up. Anyways...
Yeah, and then I got distracted by a cutscene with Harding.
I know. Just thinking. But... It told me I was touched by the Seeker out.
Do you think this voice has answers about your magic?
She must! What if she's like me? She said to look to those closest to the stone to locate...
Meaning?
The children of the stone. Dwarves. Not surfacers like me, but the ones from the deep roads. Almost 10 years ago, a shaper from Orzammar bonded with a titan.
Titans. Ancients. You think it's related?
It would make sense, wouldn't it? Volta. That was the shaper's name. Maybe there are more like her down there.
I'd like for you to get the answers you're looking for.
Me too. I know some people in Orzammar. I'll reach out. If I hear anything, you'll be the first to know.
Yeah, and then I got distracted by petting Hassan.
You out of here, boy?
And then I got distracted by, I got to say, Nev.
You're up late.
You're awake to notice.
Can't sleep. I know. I'm awake to ask.
I sleep when I can get it. And this place, it's too quiet for that.
When things were too quiet back home, it meant a night off or a knife in the back.
Now there's a deadly coin toss.
You're telling me? Okay, what works then? How do you sleep?
I don't know. Chase the right bastard through the wrong ritual? It'll knock you right out. Of course, you might wake up with a new accessory.
Did you get the bastard?
Yeah, I got him. It's not the quiet. I never could sleep once work gets in my head. But what's got you up at night?
Same. Can't sit still. Can't stop thinking about everything.
There's always something to chase. Restlessness catches. Get one person in a room nervous, the whole place twitches. One person can't sleep. It's only getting later. Get out while you can.
And if it's already too late?
Don't tell me you're a lost cause.
I might be.
I know the feeling.
Wow. She is the reason for the breath in my lungs. You know what I mean? I need her like I need air, water, and food and shelter. What are the basics of human needs that are remembered? Anyways, yeah, I did eventually get the statues done. But before I could actually go to the room that I unlocked, I decided to visit Lucanus. Got distracted there.
Rook, not now. Please.
He's breaking my heart.
Since Lucanus is gone and I'm not sure when he'll be back, I thought we could take turns going to market. I'll start a list. P.S. It's Harding. Elf wrote that cheese we had last time. Apples. And where did Lucanus get that really good ham?
I'd bet it was Treviso. Who's going shopping? Nev.
I can go. I need powdered rash vine. Not to eat. Valara.
I think it's really cute that Lucanus handles the shopping, and he does a lot of the cooking. From what I understand, I think it's mostly Valara, Tosh, and Lucanus.
A third edition of the Unnameable Elements? I didn't even know it had editions.
Oh, it's much improved with the index. Please, borrow it if you'd like.
I'd love to. Oh, Rook, you probably wanted to say hi. Thanks, Professor.
You look moved in.
Just a few essentials. Manfred was a great help with the boxes. What a fascinating place this lighthouse is. What do you make of it?
I think I like it better with a necromancer in the place.
Do you?
Especially one with experience.
I must be sure to live up to expectations.
Did you get the tour yet?
Oh, I've been exploring, but I noticed a few of the others taken aback by Manfred, and I overheard remarks about my skulls. My necromancy won't cause any undue worry, will it?
We're still getting used to one another.
True, and yet...
Give it time. We'll settle in.
Please excuse me. Manfred and I should finish our inventory. Thank you for stopping by.
There's a dismissal if I've ever heard one. Now, I know you literally just told me to leave, but you did have a thing over your head. Yep, there it is. So, gotta talk to you. Sorry.
By the way, Rook, before I left, Myrna and Veilguard asked if we could assist with an outbreak of hauntings across Thedas. They also mentioned displaced wisps in the necropolis.
Hauntings and scared wisps? Let's look into it.
Thank you. We'll depart for the necropolis whenever you're ready.
And here's where I finally get around to getting to that secret room. The secret, I think, library. I really don't. I don't know. I shouldn't have said. I shouldn't have guessed. I still don't really know what that was about or what that did. But let's move on. I went to Arlathan and I did some photo shoots there while I was in the midst of some gold mini quests.
Let's get going. I've been thinking. Lancet and Remy used special food to train the griffins. Said it was the fastest way to start a bond.
Right. What did you call it? Tullum?
That's it. And gingerwort truffles were the griffins' favorite treats. They grow around ruins. We're going to teach Hassan how to find some.
How did you end up with the Grey Wardens?
Grew up in a Dalish clan. I'd hear all these stories about things that happened thousands of years ago.
The Dalish do love their history.
Except I wanted to make history. Didn't fit in. Got bored, so I went looking for adventure.
How'd that go over with your clan?
Poorly. They felt like I rejected them.
Did you?
Yeah, I suppose. Clan life wasn't for me. I had to get away.
So then what happened? You're out in the world looking for adventure?
God, my ass ass kicked. I broke. I couldn't go crawling back to my clan of failure. Doubt they'd take me back. It forced me to figure out what I was good at. Always had a knack for hunting. What are you doing? That's not a truffle. That's a nub. You'll get fleas.
At least he's having fun.
Truth is, he purrs when you scratch him. Maybe we can speed things up by helping him. Let's search the bushes. Look around for truffles.
That was a thorn.
Keep looking.
Nug droppings. Yuck.
The Nugs pretty much own Arlithan Forest.
Nope. This is harder than it looks.
It's fleas, isn't it? What'd I tell you?
Actually, I think it's a truffle.
Huh.
Maybe the Nugs like truffles. Could Hassan know that if you follow them, you might find truffles?
Are you really that smart, boy?
Seems pretty clever to me.
If only you'd be clever enough to listen.
Well, you're still getting to know each other. Remember? Tullum? Remy was probably right. Remember how she said he needed a lighter touch?
If I go soft on him, the world would chew him up.
Let's give you both a chance and see if we can find any more of these.
How?
Find some nugs, see what happens. So, how did you go from hunter to slayer of monsters?
Uncle Eldrin. An old elf I knew growing up. When I was a kid, I'd hunt just about anything. Rabbits, deer, fox. Eldrin gave that purpose. Taught me the way of 3 trees. The way of the arrow, way of the bow, way of the wood.
That sounds noble.
Eldrin taught me to hunt the unnatural so the natural can thrive. Be a force for good. Besides, it was either that or starve. Monsters paid good coin.
But why become a Grey Warden? If you were making money on your own?
I didn't leave my clan to get rich. Had to prove it was all worth something. I needed a cause.
There must be easier causes than fighting Darkspawn all your life.
Darkness is a sparring partner. The greater the shadow you confront, the stronger you are for winning.
Till you meet one you can't beat?
Haven't yet. There. I think Hassan's got something. Why don't you take a look? I'll be damned. Follow the nugs.
Like I said, he's a clever one.
Might make a tracker out of you yet. Hungry? What? It's gingerwort. Eat it.
Remember, light touch.
I mean, it's dessert fit for a prince. See?
He'll be fine. He just has a strong spirit. Let him grow into it.
Might not have time for that. With Lancet and Remy gone, if something happens to me, he'll have to stand on his own.
So don't let anything happen to you.
I'm a Grey Warden. Death's around every corner. Not that I don't enjoy punching it squarely in the face.
I remember specifically, I chose this answer because I thought it was funny. I laughed when I saw it. I laughed when I saw, and then I clicked
I like
it.
that confidence.
That's how you win.
It's not all about winning. Sometimes I enjoy the pursuit too.
Ah, the thrill of the chase. Okay, boy. That's enough for one day.
But he's having fun.
He overeats, and you'll find out how fun Griffin puke is.
Hassan, you heard him. Let's go.
After that, I headed to Venter. And then I noticed Dorian subtitles. And then I looked for Dorian. And then I did the predictable thing.
I never thanked you for helping me with the First Warden.
It was my pleasure. Nothing quite like needling authoritarian blowhards to give one such warm feelings. I'm glad you were here to help with the dragon. It could have destroyed the city. Keeping well? Rook. Good to see you.
A Grey Warden. Are you all right?
You're Rook. I'm Vesta.
What happened?
I'm here to help the Shadow Dragons, fighting Darkspawn in the catacombs. There weren't many when we started, but then the others said to run. Get help. We can't leave the Darkspawn.
We won't let them.
Just sit tight.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around this whole thing. We've got literal gods walking around trying to end the world.
Does it bother you they're elven gods?
It won't help our reputation, that's for sure. But me, I never gave our gods much thought. We're just a myth.
Not anymore.
That's the last of them. We should tell Warden Vesta.
Yeah, I don't really remember what Warden Vesta said happened to her, but I took care of whatever it was, and it did involve killing a lot of Venatori.
Vesta, we got the Darkspawn that attacked you. They won't get into the city.
Thank you. The Wardens will be glad to hear it.
As will the Shadow Dragons. Quillen, by the way. I'll ensure Vesta gets the healing she needs.
Good. Docktown owes her for the warning.
Dogtown's never short on nightlife, is it?
It's when the streets are most alive. And when I'm likely working.
People work hard all day, then look for an escape.
What's happening to this city? I heard something.
Why did Morgan want to meet in Minrathous? Isn't she helping the Veil Jumpers in Arlathan?
Indeed, but today we have a guest, and he needed the anonymity that only a city provides.
Well, look who
My
it
reaction
is.
around here was basically excited shouting, followed by, "What happened to his waist? There's no way I messed up
Good
that
to
bad."
see you, Lace.
Rook, you remember how Varric and I served the Inquisition? Well, this is Inquisitor Llewellyn, the man who led us all.
My next reaction was, what happened to the boys? Did I accidentally select the wrong one? The answer is no, they just pinched it down for some reason.
How many famous people do you know, Harding? Should I expect the Divine to show up?
She also served in the Inquisition, but we didn't talk much.
Morrigan and Harding have told me about what you've accomplished since taking over for Varric.
It's crazy.
You've
There's
put
no way
together
I'd
an
make his
impressive team,
waist that
and you've got the
itty-bitty.
best chance, maybe the only chance, to stop Elganon and Gillenane.
I mean, to be fair, the models for elves were kind of messed up in Inquisition, so maybe it's canon. But no, I messed up in that character creator, to be honest.
We've been doing what we can, but I'll be honest. Right now it feels like we're in over our heads.
You've already faced setbacks, you'll face more. Your actions will have consequences.
Have you seen the blight all over Treviso? We know all about consequences.
Such thinking is a trap you can ill afford. Treviso was blighted because of Elganon and Gillenane, but Minrathous was saved because of you.
I wasn't ready to become the Inquisitor. I wasn't ready to have to choose between helping Templars or mages, or decide the fate of every Grey Warden in Southern Thedas. Eventually, when the choices I made caught up with me, I turned the Inquisition over to the Chantry, rather than create even bigger problems. Maybe someday you'll face the same situation. But I'm asking you not to worry about that future until we have one. Right now, we need you to stop the gods.
All right. I'll do my best.
And while you do so, Rook, the Inquisitor will do his best to ensure that the rest of the world remains intact. A daunting prospect, given that most of the South is under siege by Darkspawn.
It's that bad?
If not for the Inquisitor, the South would have collapsed completely. He has not been idle while you assembled your team.
If the South is in such turmoil, why come up here just to talk?
Because
And how
Dorian's
did you
here.
get here so fast?
Did you think you were the only one to unlock the secrets of the Illuvians?
Morgan helped the Inquisition use the Illuvians to travel.
While I lack the Dreadwolf's vir of us, I may still scurry between the walls of this world to be where I might do the most good. The Inquisitor asked to meet you, and I thought it might help you to meet him.
I thought the gods were mostly active up here. It's really that bad in the South?
Elganon and Gillenane have indeed restricted their activities to the north. But the forces they deployed to the south, the strange new Darkspawn, have spread fear and corruption greater than any blight in history.
Darkspawn have cut through the center of Orlais. Valroyo and Halam Shiral are barely holding out. Ferelden would have fallen already if not for help from Orzammar. With Denerim lost, the Fereldans are holding the line at Redcliffe. The Free Marches have the worst of it. Acting Viscount Aveline Valen led the evacuation of Kirkwall. She's taking her people and what's left of her army to help Prince Vale keep Starkhaven.
Maker, we didn't know. My ma...
Don't worry. I talked to the Divine and your mother's safe with the Inquisition.
Thank you.
The Inquisition might just be an arm of the Chantry now, but we've still done our part to get people to fight this threat together. Again, the South is my problem, not yours, Rook. You stop the gods, and I'll make sure the rest of Thedas doesn't fall to the Blight.
I've been having trouble getting people in authority to listen to us. If you help with some of your political strength...
My political strength? Tevinter hates me. The Venatori help make sure of that. And while I have a few friends in the Wardens, their leadership hasn't much cared for me since we clashed at Adamant Fortress.
The Inquisitor did not come all this way to leave you with empty words, however. He brought something no one else could.
A wolf statuette? Something to do with Solus?
I found it right around the time Solus's ritual failed, when he was pulled into the Fade. We've examined the magic, and it's tied to the Veil. To him, somehow.
Solus is ancient, and his magic is part of him in a way far beyond that of mortals. I suggest you take it to the crossroads and see if something in the lighthouse calls to it. Perhaps it will yield some insight into your new ally.
Solus is trapped in the Fade. He's not my biggest concern at the moment.
Solus is trapped in your dreams, and while he cannot match Elganon or Gillenane in strength, he is far more cunning. He is the Dreadwolf. He led a rebellion that lasted centuries. How many times do you think the gods thought him trapped and helpless?
I considered Solus a friend. I'd hoped to convince him to see reason. It's too late for that now, but still. If this can give you some insight, help you understand him. Whatever it turns out to be, I hope that it helps.
We should go, Inquisitor. The armies in the south need you.
Right. Harding, stay sharp. You're my eyes in the north.
Always, Inquisitor.
Rook, good luck. If I come across anything else that can help, you'll be the first to know.
Thank you.
So after that scene, I went to go check on Dorian to see if maybe the Inquisitor would be there. He wasn't. However, I did spend some time. Basically, I was interrogating Dorian. Yeah, at this part I was like, you can. He's in the city. Did you know that?
Keeping well? Good to see you.
Rook, welcome to the Hossberg Wetlands. I'd say make yourself comfortable.
This place is...
foreboding?
Yes. Well, foreboding is normal here.
Look at the way Asvon is screwing that. That is,
The
you're not
blight's
doing
always a
anything,
problem in
King.
Neanderthals.
You're loosening
It's
and
not
tightening it
strange to
over and
find a
over
corrupted
again.
patch of forest or
That's
swamp.
not how you screw.
What is strange is the sudden surge of blight through the Hossberg wetlands. Much like the village you found, the blight here struck too quickly, and in strange forms.
It's choked the whole area, and the local village, Lavendel, was caught in it. But they're survivors. We can be grateful for that.
It only gets worse from here.
We've got the same feeling.
As far as we can tell, the gods you're chasing weren't here directly.
If the Blight's really changed, then the changes are widespread. As for how much?
I can almost sense something in there. Another sound under the Blight's usual song.
Stories say Warden sensed Blight. I never thought it was literal.
It happens when you join the Order. But that's more than I should say.
When we met, you tried to block the sound out. Now you hear too much.
If it helps, that's what we're here for.
Become a Warden, hear the Blight. People assume Crow initiations are intense.
I assumed they were murderers.
I walked into that. So what's the plan?
We heard rumors of the surge here and volunteered to investigate. The first Warden expects a report. Soon.
If we want proof the Blight's changed, then this place is where to find it.
But the way the Blight left the village, we've had our hands full just keeping it back and helping the sick.
You need more to study.
Yes. The odd growths the Blight has formed, like boils, they surround Lavendale. I need more samples.
Samples. That's gonna be gross. That's probably the best word for it.
Yeah, I pity Thorful who has to do that. Surely it will be aborted because they're built to handle the Blight, and that's what these
Can't forget
are.
them.
Good luck.
It's me. I'm the one who has to go around destroying
Let's
Blight
find those boil
boils.
samples.
I'm trying to save the world
Looks
right
like
now,
there's
and they have me
caves.
destroying Blight boils.
You've been to the farmlands.
They're wardens. I'm
There's
not.
a
They're
family.
immune
Ross,
to Blight. I'm not
close with them.
insane.
They spoke of the Blight. They knew. What if they knew?
If I find anything, I'll let you. Lavendale Village. Whatever happened here looks like the Meta's crossing.
It's still standing, and I'll fight to keep it that way.
Often a place need.
Got a sample. Guessing they'll need more than one.
Knowing how Antoine experiments. Yes.
Got the sample.
Lovely.
We got sent another of their channels.
Finale, who's yours?
Got it.
First at Demeter's Crossing, now here. The guards are just getting started.
I've never seen a surge like this.
Digging over the same areas. What was he searching for? This was farmland.
And people's homes.
The Blight took it recently.
Well. This Echo made promises and then... Echo? Echo? That's not my voice. Not your voice.
Under fire! What?
Signs of a family that disappeared. Whatever this echo was in the well, I think it possessed them. The more people go near it, the more it gets in their minds.
Promises them a way out, then keeps them in the same place. Like a game.
That journal mentioned clearing boards from the well. Sealed away once. Check out the ballista. Could be useful.
You just want to shoot stuff.
An ogre.
I think it sensed us attacking the boils. It's not happy.
We need to stop it.
Not too bad.
It's down. Whatever's down there, whatever you did to those people, I won't let you do it again. We're sealing the well. Sealing. It's done. No more echo. For now.
Did you find anything?
There was something in the well. It got to them.
But we aren't supposed to listen. The stories. But it was sealed.
It's sealed again.
When it's safe to go back, I'll bury it even deeper for Ursa. Thank you for letting me know.
Antoine? Antoine!
Yes? Yes, the blight samples. They're like nothing we've seen, or anything in the Warden records. And I almost hear voices in it. The gods calling the blight.
I can't hear anything. But if you believe me...
We knew things were bad. But if the Blight's being called, the situation's more unpredictable than we thought. We need to...
I give you two reign, and this is where it leads. Chasing Rook's lies.
First Warden...
Stay away from the Blight and the Wardens. How many times must you be told?
Until you listen, I'll be here.
Not helping. Rook knew something was wrong.
I can hear it in the samples. The gods. He's telling the truth. The blight has changed, and that changes everything.
It changes nothing. Your sensitivity to Blight is useful, Warden Antoine. But you've had more than one snake in your ear.
I listen to the experts. You've clearly got this handled.
That's enough from you. You tampered with a ritual that unleashed Blight. You did not know what you were doing then, and you don't now.
If gods control the Blight, we need to change how we approach it.
Archdemons controlled Blight, and we'd sense if one had risen. We'd make the sacrifices needed to fight it.
But we...
The Blight has increased. Now is not the time to lose focus. Wardens Evka and Antoine, are you sworn to combat the Blight?
Yes, but...
Then report back to Weishaupt and do so.
That went poorly, even for a talk with him.
It's my fault you're in trouble.
He's never really liked us.
So much for convincing the Wardens.
We can't give you the order, but you have us.
We'll keep tracking the Darkspawn and the Blight. We'll do what we can.
And if we learn the gods' plans, you will too.
The elven god of monsters had been hard at work. She'd taken the Darkspawn and made them so much worse. Now, she and Elgar'nan had their glorious new army. The risen gods were ready. And they had just the target.
Rook, just got word. First Warden's calling everyone back to Weishaupt. Everyone except me, seems like. Guess the First Warden didn't like me joining your team.
Calling Wardens back from all over Thedas is a big step. Did he give any reason why?
Not exactly, but I've heard rumors of a massive Darkspawn horde on the move. Even hearing there's an Archdemon with them.
We need to warn the Wardens. Let them know what's coming.
Agreed. Rook, if the gods have an Archdemon, Warden lore says Archdemons only show up during a blight. Doesn't say anything about elven gods. Seems like the rules have changed, and we're going in blind. We need to know what we're up against.
I'll talk to Solus. See if he knows anything about any of this. Make sure the others are ready to move.
I'm sorry, but I find it completely unnatural.
I don't get why you think cremation's so bad. Everyone outside Navarra burns their dead.
All those lost vessels. Fine mansions reduced to ash. Manfred, for instance. How would his wisp have fared if I hadn't given it a body?
Yep. Same to you.
It's just Manfred's way of saying hello. I encountered him as a wisp in the necropolis years ago. A simple spirit, but so curious. He refused to leave my side.
So, you built a skeleton for the spirit to live in?
Spirits are formed from the emotions and desires of people in the mortal realm. Manfred's wisp came from curiosity. It's these spirits which animate the dead. Their drive revives the corpse, yet the corpse colors their actions. Thus, the eternal question, are undead inhuman spirits puppeting a body, or does some shade of the departed return?
I can't answer that. Can you?
I've come to believe there is a return. I swear I could see it sometimes, Rook. A glint of recognition of something more in the dead.
Hey, that's my sleeve. Are you trying to steal my buttons?
As well as a certain mischievousness. Manfred.
Not for the poison drinker, but he'd murdered the neighbor's cat, so for the cats. Anyway, you and Rook had me worried, but it ended happy.
And when you don't read the sequels, those endings stick.
There's a sequel? Have you read it?
No, but trust me. Tragedy sells them in Rathos. More story? Better chance things go sideways.
Well, it's all as you left it.
Close enough. I think the caretaker's been tidying up. Rook, now's not the best time to chat. Let's talk later.
Later then. It looks like our boy Hassan is feeling his oats. Or whatever griffins feel.
He's getting the hang of it. When he listens.
He seems to be able to handle himself so far.
You got lucky the Gloomhowler didn't tear you to pieces, boy. You wait for my command. We attack together. Then we can kill stuff like that.
At least he's learning.
The instincts kick in. Griffins see darkspawn and it's a fight to the death. Like wolves hunting deer. Just need to corral it.
You never know it to look at him. Seems friendly enough.
As long as he likes you.
So, what I'm hearing, Hassan, is gingerwort truffles for life?
Every muscle in him, every talon, every feather, honed into a killing machine. Hassan's ancestors took on archdemons.
Like his name says, he's an arrow.
Half lion, half eagle, with the instincts of both, griffins will always be hunters.
Just like his daddy, Davrin.
I suppose we are our nature.
Not sure about that.
Most of my life I've hunted the darker things in the world. But caring for a griffin? What do I know about that? Yet here I am.
That's not so bad, is it?
Not the path I expected. Makes me wonder about Hassan, his brothers and sisters, still young, pure.
You're worried?
I'm responsible for the future of every griffin alive. I want it to be a good one. These animals live to fight, but I wonder if there's another path for them.
I'd like to think everyone can find a new path, even griffins.
Just wish I knew what it was.
Doesn't every good parent?
Parents. A scary word. I'm supposed to be his bodyguard.
What do you think you've been doing this whole time?
Trying to ignore it. If I get myself killed by a Hurlock, that's on me. If it's Hassan, I just don't want to mess it up.
I think that's where trust comes in. That Turlum idea you keep talking about. Trust Hassan to find his way. Don't force things.
He's headstrong.
Good thing you are too.
Right. Thanks for the chat.
Any luck tracking down your mystery friend?
The Shaper didn't like me asking about Shaper Valta. Or harassing people with talk of dwarven magic.
Wish we had time to head down there and show them what you can do.
I don't think that would have helped.
But think how satisfying it would be.
Yeah. What's satisfying about being thrown in a Deep Roads prison? Orzammar takes its heritage very seriously.
So, what now?
I was thinking, the voice said look to those closest to the stone. What if she never meant Orzammar?
Huh?
There is another great Tig, the original capital of the dwarves, Kal Shirak. It was lost during the First Blight, and its people survived in isolation for hundreds of years. They re-emerged, some 20 years ago?
And you think they're closer to the stone?
Orzammar can't help. What have I got to lose?
How do we get in touch with these Kal Shirak dwarves?
Already working on it. You don't spend 10 years in the Inquisition without making contacts. I should have a meeting set up by the time we're ready to leave.
You cannot do this, Algernon. You swore that we would give up our commands when this horrific war was over.
Our people need our leadership. If you're unwilling, leave.
Our people must rebuild, and we must help unite them.
So, we did not fight for freedom, but to conquer this land and our own.
We fought to win, and now the Evanuris are as gods. I do not answer to Mythal's annoying lapdog.
The people are afraid. They must believe in something.
They need strength.
And wisdom.
They need gods who can protect them.
We are not gods. You will learn that.
Every lapdog hides a wolf inside.
That was strange. They were speaking Elven, but I understood it.
I believe we have experienced a memory in each of our native languages.
Not just any memory. One of the Dreadwolves.
And the mages who declared themselves my gods? Well, mine and Davrin's, and Rook's.
They're not gods at all. Much less my gods.
I'm with Rook.
Alright. What else can we take from this memory?
Elgranon was hungry for power. Did anything he could to get it, and to hold on to it.
Then Solus, furious at Elganon's installing himself as a despot, started his rebellion.
There's another moving part in this. Mythal. She was keeping the peace.
Mythal and Solus were close. The Inquisition found a temple to Mythal, and there were wolf statues everywhere.
Then she sides with Elgranon over him. A betrayal.
It sounded like Solus was loyal to Mythal. What did Elganon call him? Mythal's lapdog? And then she grabs power alongside Elganon instead of standing for her principles. I'd be angry too.
Angry enough to start a rebellion?
That's not how he'd see it. He didn't destroy the world. Elganon did. Solus did what he considered necessary to stop him.
Solus would try to justify what he did, but he'd also blame himself for what happened.
Perhaps these murals aren't simply memories. They're what Solus wishes to forget.
His regret. That means they're a way to learn his weak points.
Why are we worried about Solus? He's trapped.
Right. But the Dread Wolf was the god of trickery. He's looking for a way out. Bet on it.
Meanwhile, keep your eyes open in the crossroads. If there's a way to restore the rest of these murals, Solus would have kept it in his hideaway. It'd be nice to get inside his head for a change.
How fares your battle?
The gods are moving against Weishaupt and the Grey Wardens. We've heard rumors the Darkspawn are being led by an archdemon.
And you have questions?
I need to know how archdemons relate to the gods. Are they just like the Blighted Dragons, or are they something else? I also need to know how to deal with the gods if they show up at Weishaupt.
I propose a bargain. I will answer your question if you answer mine.
What?
How are the Grey Wardens? Do they understand the truth of the danger yet?
We've been through this already. You agreed to help me.
What did you think my help would look like, Rook? I need to know that you are prepared.
No. The First Warden still refuses to listen.
As I feared.
I tried diplomacy, I tried being firm. Nothing worked.
When I asked you why you should be trusted to lead the fight, you said you were no stranger to fighting stronger opponents. That sufficed for me. But the Grey Wardens fight Darkspawn and Archdemons, foes no one else can stand against. They see themselves as the best prepared for this battle. You cannot defeat Elganan and Gillenane without the Wardens. What will you do to bring them to your side?
I don't have to convince all of them. I just have to convince the First Warden.
Or remove him.
Enjoyable as that is to imagine, I doubt the rest of the Wardens would approve.
Did you know the Evanuris once numbered many more than those whose names survive in the Elven Pantheon? One warlord was particularly cruel. I sought to free his slaves, but so fearsome was his reputation that none would join me.
What did you do?
I made people laugh at him.
How did that help?
For 12 years. Every sound near him, from whispered pleas to shouted oaths to crackling fire, all became mocking laughter. His mind broke under the ridicule, and when he fell, his slaves rose up and joined me.
I doubt laughter is going to work on the First Warden.
If not that, then what?
Whatever it takes.
Easily said, but it will have to be enough for now. You have answered my question, and I owe you an answer in return.
Yes, the old gods of Tevinter, the archdemons.
There never were Tevinter gods. The archdemons, as you call them, were always merely the weapons of the Evanuris.
All right. Let's hope we can find the gods before they find their weapons.
Unfortunately, the Dragon Thrall's life force is bound to the Evanuris as both power and protection. You will not be able to kill or likely even harm one of the Evanuris until their Dragon Thrall is slain.
What can you tell me about the archdemons themselves?
Each is different, shaped by the whims and ego of its master. Elganan is the Lord of Tyranny. He would have ruled alone had Nathor not forced him to share power. Those who are strong, he molds into dictators themselves, with visions of godhood. Those who are weak, he crushes. His archdemon reflects him. It is huge to feed his ego, the epitome of dragonkind, bent to his will.
Damn. Tell me what you really think of the guy.
He is cruelty and arrogance personified. All of the Evanuris were flawed, but he made all of them worse. By contrast, Gillenane was a servant of Andrul, whose skill at making monsters earned her promotion to the Evanuris. She is brilliant, ambitious, and unconstrained by anything you would understand as morality. In a kinder world, you would never need to see what she has done to her archdemon. In this world, I only hope you kill it quickly. In any event, The Evanuris will not be vulnerable until their archdemons are dead.
The old stories of the Tevinter gods have them whispering in the dreams of ancient magisters. How did they do that if they were just tools of the elven gods?
The archdemons were once high dragons. The Evanuris bound them as a source of power. When I imprisoned the gods, their dragons remained free. That was my mistake.
How so?
I never bound a dragon to myself, for I believed that to enslave another creature was immoral. As such, I did not understand the power that connection gave. I thought the prison I had made was perfect. But their dragons were the conduit through which they spoke to dreaming minds.
It says a lot about these talks that killing archdemon is the easy part.
It will not be easy. But you are this world's only hope. I would not suggest this path if I did not believe you could succeed.
Ah, the god of lies believes in me.
Even with their dragons dead, the Evanuris are powerful and well protected. You will need to use my dagger, the one you recovered. It can pierce their enchantments and strike them down.
All right. Kill the archdemons, then use the dagger to take down the gods.
Even a single opportunity to strike the Evanuris down will be rare, fleeting, and costly. You will not have another chance to catch them unawares. When you strike, you must be fully prepared.
Shit. You shouldn't have to deal with all this, Rook. The sooner I can get out of here, the better.
I heard crows can strangle a Kunari with their own Darsam.
With their what?
The ropes Kunari wear. You can strangle us with them, but only if they're tied wrong.
Why would we strangle you with your arm ropes? Why wouldn't we just stab you?
Doing it with the Darsam makes it look like an accident.
We're professional assassins. Most of the time, when we kill someone, we want people to know it was us.
Oh, okay. But you could strangle a Kunari with their Darsam if you wanted to.
Of course.
I did make a return to these statues trying to figure it out. Yeah, I gave up immediately.
Hey. Some for you. Some for you. Hey, don't be a dick. That was for the little one. Stupid birds.
I wasn't expecting...
What?
I don't know. You with the birds, this is fun.
Oh, good.
Can I help?
Sometimes I practice with the fire out here. It's safer. No people around. Lots of water.
Is it magic, or...?
It's not magic. My mother says the Kunari used to be closer to dragons. Something in our blood.
Yantam called you a Dari.
Yeah. Old Kunari word for fire breather. A few like me are born every generation. My mother thinks Adari were meant for something special. She's always looking through the old texts for clues. Come on. Don't want to scare the birds. My mother left the Qun not far from here. She got herself transferred to Kontar from Parvalan. Smuggled me there and then walked out.
I thought Kontar was well fortified. How did she escape with a child?
The Qun isn't a prison. People can leave if they want. You little guys hungry?
Do you miss living under the Qun?
Not much to miss. I was a baby. My mother misses it. She was an Ashkari back then. A scholar.
Why'd she leave?
Me. There's enough for all of you. Shathan was worried about what the Kunari would do with a fire breather like me.
What would they do?
She said they'd have me put in the Antam, use me as a berserker. The idea scared her enough that she left her library and walked away from the Qun. Come on. Over here's where I practice.
Why not on the beach?
The birds just ate. Scare them any more than you already did and they'll be crapping everywhere. What the crap is that?
The Antam must be marking their territory.
Not on my beach. Vash Vatari! Come on. These banners need to burn. Let's see if it burns.
Nice. What does it feel like when you breathe fire like that?
It's more like spitting.
Yeah.
Something inside my throat opens up and lets stuff mix together. Then there's this rush of heat as I roar it out.
Oh, I'm surprised it doesn't hurt your mouth to do that.
It can. One time my tongue got in the way. Got a mouthful of fire.
Ouch.
Didn't hurt much. My mother has to make food extra spicy so I can taste it.
I guess that's the trade-off for being a fire breather.
It's fine. I smell stuff better than most people.
An untimed supply cache. Too bad it's locked up.
Not for long. Watch. Yep.
Wow. It burned right through it.
Yep. Melt some metals, not all.
How would you figure out which kinds of metals you could melt?
My mother said I went through a lot of spoons as a baby. I brought food.
Avatash, it's good you came early. The feather clouds are getting lower. It's going to rain. Who is this with you?
This is Rook. He's a friend.
A friend? All right. Make sure you both dress for rain. Drip rain, not mist rain.
Nice to meet you.
And you.
Karash was a worker caste navigator. Got dragged along with the Antam when they invaded.
They told us it was ordered by the Qun. I was not taught war. I was taught the weather. Red clouds for thunder, gray clouds for rain, green clouds for the devouring storm, and black clouds for the Antam cannons. After what they did in Ventus,
Is there anything you need? We saw that the Antam were in the area.
Yes. I knew some of them from the Dreadnought where I worked. I know places to hide. They did not see me.
Let me know if they give you trouble.
I am at peace, Avatash. I have the clouds to watch and fish to eat.
More than just fish. Here you go. Shathan said to eat the fruit before it spoils.
I like the cookies better.
Everyone likes the cookies better.
I'll eat the fruit. Thank you, Avatash.
Panaheydan. I'll see you soon.
So, the Dragon Hunter has a softer side.
The Qun says you take care of people.
So, you're a little Kunari, a little Ravani, and a little dragon?
Yeah?
I get that.
Come on. I should tell my mother how Karash is doing. So how do you get it?
I left my old life behind when I joined the Antivan Crows. And I had to leave that to help stop Solus. So you take what works from each part, right?
Yeah. I had to take Kunari language classes growing up. I had to learn how to tie these stupid knots. It wasn't so bad when the Kunari and Ravane were at peace. Now the Antam have broken from the Qun and started attacking.
People look at me like they're scared I'll switch sides.
That's their loss. People who've only ever been one thing will never know how big the world is.
Yeah? Maybe. Mother, what are you doing here?
You used to call me Tama.
I also used to wet the bed. Want me to start that up again?
I'd rather you didn't. Not that it's my business. She's not in my...
She always did like the flustered ones. In truth, Evitash's tastes are quite varied, although it is uncommon for her to be attracted to men.
Mother.
Perhaps because in some ways, she acts more like a man herself.
Why are you here?
I came to ask Karash about the tablet your group recovered. I wondered if some of the symbols might be used among the Antam.
Be gentle. Don't make him talk about the war.
I see the wisdom of your suggestion. I also see that you used your fire again. Chakra Toebra.
Chakra Toebra.
Remember to keep your consonants crisp. Kunari do not slouch, and neither does our language. Panahedan, Evitash. You did well bringing Karash his food.
Sorry. She's like that.
Don't let her ruin your mood. This was nice.
Yeah, it was.
From what I hear, your mother is intense.
Yep.
It can be hard, trying to live up to that.
Is your mother like that?
My mother died when I was young. I was raised by my grandmother, Katerina. She was very intense as well.
Right. The Venatori got her. And you're gonna kill the ones that did.
Yes, I am.
Door's sealed, but those figures next to it look different. Might be a clue for how to open it.
Dash, those things the Antam are becoming, rivers, what do you know about them?
Nothing. Normal Kunari don't do crap like that. But I can kinda see it for the Antam.
How?
Antam only care about being bigger and stronger. Of course they'd serve the gods and turn into monsters.
It's going to make clearing them out of Treviso a challenge.
Good thing the crows are there. Hey, you and the crows fought a dragon in Treviso?
Yes, while the others dealt with one in Minrathos.
Fighting in the city had to be rough. All the people, all the stuff to catch fire.
We drove it away. Barely.
That's more than a lot could do. And next time, you'll have me. Hear that? Door's open.
In Rivain, the water's always falling down. In Antiva, it rises up out of the floorboards in your basement.
Okay.
Looks like the Untom got the supplies that were meant for the crows.
Then we take the supplies back and see the Antam pay in blood.
Come on. Time for the crows to send their regards.
One of the crows. She's alive. A relief to find more than just a body for once.
The Antam kept me alive so they could use me to trick Rivain into sending more supplies. I didn't think anyone was coming.
The Lords of Fortune wouldn't abandon you. It's the least we could do for the crows.
Thank you for your timely arrival. I'll get the supplies to Rivain. Antam there.
Let's ask Myrna and Vorgoth about these hauntings.
That death mage was going on about displaced wisps. We should check those out while we're here.
Thank you for coming, Rook. We're in need of your assistance.
Emmerich said there were hauntings.
Malign spirits freed by the gods.
They have concretized into a variety of forms. Left unchecked, these spirits will cause great harm.
They must be put to rest.
This haunting was once a spirit of curiosity.
It has turned to a darker purpose.
Rook, more Venatori have invaded the Sunken Halls.
I'm not surprised.
They come in search of plunder.
We'll look out for them. That last wisp's unlocked this door. Let's take a look.
We have company. How did these dead Venatori get through a locked door?
Sealed tight.
Stand back. Are you Venatori? Other sniffing rats? What form have you all? This vault's riches are mine. I tore them from the dead, and with me, they will remain.
Demon!
Must be. Let's search around. Maybe the Venatori know something. This note says the door's seals are tied to demons out in the world. Killing them unseals the door, but they'll keep returning until we destroy whatever's behind the door itself.
Then we have our targets.
Let's keep...
As I'm sure you've been able to tell, this is mostly just me doing a bunch of random quests. Not super important, but you know, there is some interesting dialogue hither that I shall,
Hey,
include.
Lucanus. When we were...
That woman. What's happened?
Please, go on.
Hey, Lucanus. When we were at that market, the lady selling ribbons was into you.
Smelled like strawberries.
memories and blood.
Hey, Spite, eyes on me. That is a no. We do not talk about what other people smell like without their permission. Okay?
Fine. You're not scared of Spite?
I'm Ravani. We got all kinds of spirits.
What makes you think the Ribbon Seller was interested in me?
Called her scent.
Not fair! You just said!
What's going on?
My husband, Atticus, he was going to the Snake Nest, said he needed to help a friend, and he never came home. But when I ask inside, they say he never arrived. They're lying. I know it, but...
What's your name?
Sabina.
If we learn anything, we'll let you know. So, the Snake Nest.
I have heard of the place. A dive, but not the worst of them.
It's worth checking out.
Souls alone as the light left. I was there, less alone.
It's a spirit of compassion.
My own name. But what of theirs? 3 I've found, felled by demon claws, murdered. A connection I cannot see. I have impressions. But if I learn more, answers might unfold. This one. Green against grey stone. Rain, nourish. How she watched it bloom. Find who she was.
They left a trail. Sloppy, but useful.
Hortensia. She was a gardener.
Green against grey. There are others. I would know more of them.
I forgot what I was going to say. Mirda.
I heard crows can slow down their breathing until they become invisible.
Why would slowing down your breathing make you turn invisible?
That's what I was gonna ask. So... can you?
No.
Oh. Okay.
The spirit of compassion. And another murder victim.
This one. A roof denied. Eyes skim over. Find who he was.
There's a trail. Let's go.
Charcoal drawings by someone named Evander.
A world smudged in shadow. A faint connection begins to bind them.
A cat. Did Evander feed you?
Gotcha.
Tell your gods we won't stop.
That's probably her!
Demons! It looks like another victim. Compassion.
This one. Find who he was. I will find you then.
Property of Marcus, scholar.
Story beneath the ruins. All those I found, I held a hand as the light left.
Do you know something about the murder victims? What connected them?
They defied the one who called them. The demons we saw were merely minions. Too late for these. But now I can watch and protect others. No, the hope you bring Dogtown thwarts it.
That's actually the end of the 5-hour video, and I've cut it down to 2 hours. So I'm gonna add the next video, try to chop that down. Because the other recordings are like 3 hours long.
What happens if there's blood magic? What do they do?
Depends on the Templar. Depends on who's bought their loyalty.
What do you do when the authorities can't be trusted to do the right thing?
That's how I keep busy.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Please do. I need to hear an actual voice now and then.
Can't imagine why.
I'm starting to dream that I'm a griffin. Squawk.
Keep dreaming. It's good to have goals in life.
The real dream is getting him to take a nap. So what brings you by?
Just curious, really. Wondering what it's like being a Grey Warden. They've always been these legendary warriors living apart from the world.
Don't know about that. I spent time with people who were bad right up till they took their vow.
How so?
Weishaupt for the wrong sort. If you're facing prison or worse, you can always join the Grey Wardens and take your chances with the Blight.
I'd rather take my chances in prison.
It's not all bad.
When does it get good?
When Darkspawn threaten a village, when innocent people are in danger. Then we swoop in, swords held high, armor gleaming, while 100 faces look to us for salvation. And they all live to see the sunrise because of what we do.
Okay. Now I get it.
Best part is the Warden fighting alongside. But after that day, nothing like
But the people really change.
Maybe when the storm comes.
Kinda like us.
Minus the skeleton butler.
I don't know.
How about we quit?
So, you're not sure you can trust me, but it was your idea to hire me.
I made the suggestion. Rook made the call. Why? Are you worried I have ulterior motives? That I planted the idea in Rook's head for my own ends?
That wasn't where this was going.
Really? Because I'd have questions. A Tevinter mage breaks a demon-possessed assassin out of prison. What's her angle?
Mierda. And people say I'm overly suspicious.
That's it. The snake nest. Let's look around, see what we find. This Linus, he must own the snake nest. And he knows Atticus. I don't think we'll get any answers from him. We're looking for someone named Atticus.
Haven't seen anyone.
He was meeting someone here. He disappeared.
Yeah? People do that all over.
Well, I'm still looking into it.
Wasting your time's your business.
Some burnt documents. Too burnt to get anything.
We should look outside, search the area. Blood. There's a trail. blood-stained shirt.
No cuts in the material. The blood didn't belong to the owner.
Take a look at that. A sick kid. His father thought Atticus could help, but something feels off. All right. That Snake Nest bartender must know something. We need to talk to her. Again. A man named Atticus came to the Snake Nest. We know he was headed here, that your boss Linus knows him. We've been to Linus's home.
All right, it's the boss. He's been acting weird since the kid got sick. Urgent meetings, always checking the storage. But you're Nev Gallus. If you think you can do something, I'll let you in.
I'll do what I can.
It's across the road.
The bar storage. There has to be more here. All this under the bar storage. Be ready. He might be farther in. Linus, the Snake Nest owner. He made a pact with a demon to save his kid. But the price, it was too high.
I'll follow up. Make sure the kid's still taken care of.
There's a key. We should see what else is here. How many did he kill? All for a demon. This was Atticus. His locket. We can return it to Sabina. Well, there's other ways to get into the catacombs.
Someplace dangerous and unpredictable? Of course we'll find a way in.
How are the crows after the dragon attack?
We're assassins. What do we know about dragons? Thea and Viago are juggling their response to the dragon with the fight against the Antam. The other talents are scrambling. And I don't know what Ilario is doing.
That last part seems normal.
I suppose the world hasn't ended yet. I could make a good dish with her.
Sabina,
You're back. But Atticus...
the man who took Atticus's life. He thought it would save his child. But it wasn't right.
Atticus.
If there's anything you need, I'll see what I can do.
I don't know. I need time and... to put his name on the wall of light. Thank you. At least for letting me know.
Dogtown's desperate at being targeted, then falling victim to demons. The Snake Nest owner. The people Compassion found. What if it's all the work of the same demon?
It's a good theory, and bad news for the people it targets.
If we keep up the work in Dogtown, maybe we'll find more.
So I got around to checking my missives and found a letter from the Inquisitor. I'm going to try to read it. Rook, though the circumstances prompting our meeting were perhaps not what either of us would have chosen, I'm glad we did meet. I'd heard of you from Varric, of course, and Harding spoke, and continues to speak, highly of you. However, the greatest vote of confidence came from Morrigan. She's always had a knack for spotting those who might shift the foundations of the world, even if they don't know it yet. So it was she who suggested we meet, and as always, heeding her counsel proved to be the wisest decision. Unfortunately, I sent grim tidings. The echoes of Solus's ritual and the escape of the gods ring across the south, and the smell of war is heavy in the air. In Orlais, a splinter faction of the nobility has made common cause with the Venatori and launched an assault on both the royal forces of Orlais and the... I don't care. Psst. I give, Alright, he says, but I told you to leave the south to me, and I stand by that. I share this news not to ask for help, but to remind you that you and your gods are not alone. That gods stir up the greatest eagles of Thanos, and its people stand stalwart and resolute and take care of the gods in the north, and I'll make sure that the south handles itself. And when this is all over, we'll drink to victory. First round's on me. And it looks like I also got a letter from, what's his name? Volgroth? Forgoth. Yeah.
Look there.
It's not enough you disturb my sleep. Now you interrupt my journey in the waking world.
That sounds like the trap demon in the forest.
It's a great potential. I'll flay you alive before you find the treasure I prepared.
That demon knew us. It sounded exactly like the one trapped behind that sealed door in the necropolis.
So it did.
Some powerful spirits can project splits of themselves. That must be what the one back home in the vaults is doing.
Mierda. This place makes my eyeballs itch.
That veil bubble we found you in, how often do those happen in Arlathan?
Sometimes, often, never. Depends on the day, and they're unpredictable. And with Elgranon and Gillenane loose, who knows what might get twisted up.
Well, isn't that a treat?
Inherent instability and survival uncertainty aside, they really are fascinating.
I'll take your word for it.
Why do you run around in fancy mage clothes?
Because I like them?
You're barely even wearing a shirt.
You fight Anton with a bare midriff.
Everything all right?
We're fine. Just trading fashion tips. So what I wear is a problem for you?
It's not. It's just... why dress like that? Are you trying to make your mother happy?
Is this about what your mother said on the beach?
No.
What'd she say?
Tasha's mother said that Tash acted more like a man than a woman.
And you feel like you should wear dresses to make her happy?
No. Can you imagine me in a dress? I'd look stupider than I'd look stupid.
This is a bit of an infamous scene coming up. I don't know how how I'll edit it. Because I kind of get like secondhand embarrassment / cringe from it. Not that this is a cringy topic necessarily, just the way they handled it. It's very Tumblr fanfiction-y.
This isn't about the dress, is it?
No, it's... I don't know. She always says stuff like that. About how I dress, how I act.
And?
It feels... right. When she says I act more like a man. It feels... right. Why does it feel right?
Tosh, do you like being a woman?
Nobody likes being a woman.
Ah.
This is stupid. Forget I said anything.
I used to tell myself things that sound like what you're saying. I wasn't a man and I wasn't a woman. I was me.
So, what? You just changed?
No. It took a long time to get there. I was afraid to admit I might be wrong about something as simple as whether I was a man or a woman. So I did little things. I changed my hair, my clothes. I wasn't deciding anything, just trying it out. I followed things that felt right. And eventually, what felt right was who I am now.
And you're saying I'm like you?
One of the first things you told me was you don't get to tell me who I am. Whether you're like me or dealing with some other pain. Well, only you can figure that out.
Okay. I'll try. And thanks for telling me about you.
Anytime.
If that dragon had taken Minrathous, I hate to think what the Venatori might do with that sort of chaos. A lot of people are alive. A lot of people have a chance, thanks to us. But we broke Lucanus out of the ossuary. He could finally go home, and now, what happens to Treviso now?
Hey, we're big quest territory now. Things about to get
souped up.
crazy.
All hands for this one.
Still can't believe it. They're attacking Weishaupt? The Warden's unprepared for that.
The gods are going straight for the throne. Unless we cut theirs first.
Just get me close enough.
Whatever you do, make them pay.
I always collect.
Who gets to tell the first Warden we're dropping in?
I was hoping to skip that part.
They got an alluvian in storage down in the vault. It was a gift from the Dalish.
Ours should go right to it. Probably. I think.
Let's get to it then. We sneak into Weishaupt nice and quiet. No one sees us. We look around for Antoine and Evka.
Was there a plan after that?
Take out a god. End this today.
This isn't the vault.
Oh, crap. They moved the alluvian.
It didn't break.
You call that nice and quiet?
Sorry. Catch up when you can.
Darkspawn outside.
A child?
Darkspawn? In Weishaupt?
Just outside the door.
Stay out of sight.
Mila.
Sit tight, Mila. We'll be back.
The Maker curse you!
Clear him out!
No one knew the girl!
They got here fast enough.
They've got the dogs at their back.
Where are all the wardens?
Busy. Sounds like a battle outside.
We're on our own.
Well, that got them.
At least it wasn't ogres.
You know your Darkspawn.
My dad's a blacksmith for the Wardens. Who are you?
Rook, we're here to help. Do you know Antoine and Evka?
Probably in the war room. I can show you. Oh no! The door's blocked!
Is there another way?
A secret passage! Come on!
Oh, jeez. Kid, don't look. Stay back.
That's Commander Janos. One of our best.
He went down fighting. Mila, when did the Darkspawn attack?
Just a while ago. They started climbing the walls.
You should stay here.
I can't. I need to find my dad.
There's worse than Darkspawn on the way.
And Wall...
For the remainder of this mission, there's a lot of screaming on my part. Do me a favor and just imagine if this is an opportunity to be screaming, which I probably am. That's just a helpful recreation of what it probably sounded like. Followed by more. Trust me, the whole time I was
Gillenane, and she brought a dragon.
That's a target. You have to get inside. Stay close, Mila.
Davrin, what's wrong?
Wardens, we can sense an archdemon. I can hear the calling.
Mila, be careful.
I'll watch out for you.
Well, this went sideways. How's Lucana's gonna kill a cloud with a dagger?
One thing at a time. For now, let's not die out here.
Did you like that? How I said let's not die as I was dying.
Down there. Could White have the hole?
It's never fallen before, and it won't today.
Witness my most perfect creation. Powerful, quick, and I have returned much of her cunning. My creation's power is greater than any weapon you possess. The final flight is upon you, Wardens. Cease struggling. Lie down. My dragon will be swift.
The war room's ahead.
You'll be safe there.
I need to find my dad.
By yourself.
There's places to hide. Darkspawn won't find me. Good luck.
Archdemons attacking the north wall.
Signal a retreat. Fall back to the trap.
Can't see the signal fires through the smoke.
Try the horns.
The Archdemon's too loud.
No one's retreating.
There's no choice, sir. We're under siege. We have to fall back to the dragon trap.
Forget the trap. Send word to Commander Janos. Rally outside the wall.
Janos is dead.
Rook, what are you doing here?
You need all the help you can get.
You've caused enough trouble. Arrest them.
Seriously?
No, you need to listen to them. We are under attack by a god.
Do you hear yourself? There's no such thing. Stop finding
Literally look
excuses
outside
to
the
be a
window.
coward.
Literally look, just
We'll
look
stop
outside the
enemy
window.
outside
There's a
walls.
The enemy is outside the window.
giant face in the middle.
don't
There's a
hide
giant
in the
face. There's a
castle.
lady with a giant face.
I
Have you
won't
looked?
ask good soldiers to turn tail and run. We're an army of steel, holding back the blight. Order every blade out of Weishaupt.
We'll all die, sir.
That's an order, Warden.
Can't say I didn't try.
No! Listen to Rook. That's an order. Okay, Rook. I assume you have a plan.
This dragon trap. Tell me about it.
It was built 900 years ago to stop an archdemon, but get down!
You see my mouse moving here. It's because head's
Other
hot.
side of the fortress, but
He's
it's never been used.
hugging his knees. Franklin, he's adorable. Elka,
Let's
your
go.
husband, is adorable.
All right, this is about to get a lot worse. You ready?
Have to be. It's us or nobody.
good.
Keep moving.
This way's blocked.
Time to improvise. Maybe that ballista can help.
If we can clean it up a bit. Can we shoot the dragon with that?
It's not a dragon, and it takes more than a ballista to kill one.
There! We can get through!
So can the Darkspawn. Watch yourself.
You fight what you call the Blight. Pointless. It was always ours. Control.
What does that mean?
The outer defenses have been breached. Evka must be ordering a retreat. We're getting close. We'll cut across the wall.
This is the wall. It's gone.
There's another way to the trap. Through the library. Takes longer, but it'll get us there.
Let's do it.
What happens when the First Warden wakes up?
Hoping he won't. I decked him pretty hard.
He'll have bigger problems on his hands than us.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we should get back to the wall.
This is the only way.
What's that noise?
It's coming from the gate.
Sounds like 10,000 Darkspawn knocking on the door. Go! Before the...
Destroy that front, or there'll be no end to these Darkspawn.
The gate's coming down. Any minute now, too.
Look! Up here!
Emmerich! We're trying to find a way out of this.
The torch will lead the way. Be mindful of the Darkspawn.
Wardens are rallying
Genuinely,
at a
what
bell
torch is
tower.
Emmerich
You
talking
can get
about?
out there.
I do not see
See you
anything.
soon. Hear that? Must be the bell tower.
Doesn't sound far.
I still can't believe there's Darkspawn inside Whitehall. Right here's where I took my vows to fight.
Is there an end to them?
Only if we kill Gillenay.
Watch it. Got another one coming through the wall.
Doesn't look friendly.
The bell's still ringing. Let's get there.
There. The bell tower ahead. We can get out of this place.
That's not good.
Hang in there. We'll find another way.
So what now?
I don't know, but we don't quit. There's a way out of this mess somewhere.
Library's not far. It'll put us right next to them.
Keep going. The others are looking for another way out.
Library's not
Oh
far.
boy.
We can do this.
Yeah, well, let's find out.
Cold skin is sinking home. Your blood knows you'll die here. Your tactics are primitive. Old patterns. Desperate thoughts. None will save you. Your blighted blood is fine material. I will feed it to what I craft from your corpses.
We really need to shut her up.
We can't do anything about Gillenane until the Arch... Rook! Lucanis! Hurry! Open the gate!
I wouldn't advise it.
Just do it!
Tear down Weishaupt.
Evka!
But if I'm still standing, you've got to fight. Now die!
Evka!
The library's down that way.
Not anymore. Back! Back!
No luck. Go back.
There is no back!
That's a
Hey,
weak.
up here!
We're coming! Mila, you're a lifesaver.
Darkspawn almost had you for lunch.
Well, let's not hang around for dinner. Come on.
Did you find your dad yet, Mila?
No!
Just keep going, all right?
I just don't want him to be afraid.
We're here.
Quick! Inside the library!
Just our luck! Darkspawn!
Cut him down! Can't get stuck out here!
There's Warlocks coming our way!
Let him try. I'm good at killing those.
Darkspawn! The Great Warden's high! Tear them from their tower!
Sheila! Find somewhere safe to hide!
I'll be over here!
Find the mortals on the wall! Kill them all!
Watch out! Another ogre!
We're not done yet! Davrik, tell me you fought this thing before!
I killed that one's cousin last week. Must have pissed him off. I can't keep this up much longer.
Safe here!
Yes, you can! We didn't come this far for nothing!
The ghouls are back.
Persistent bastards!
They made a move on the library. They're trying to get inside.
Not before we do! Stop them! Then we make our last stand if we have to!
Rook, get your asses in here!
We're coming! We're coming!
You're alive.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
If this door doesn't hold, all bets are off.
What about the dragon trap?
The trap will work. Take it from a blacksmith. You set it off and get out of the way.
Dad!
Mila!
I told you not to get lost.
Hope she wasn't too much trouble.
Sir, your daughter saved my life.
Can we hire her?
You don't have enough gold.
That's right, Mila. Know your worth.
The real problem is getting that dragon to land.
Lucanis, the dagger. I guarantee this will get Gillenane's attention.
And then?
She sends the archdemon after me. We trap it, Davrin kills it. And Lucanis, you take your shot.
Just like that.
It could work.
More likely you'll die trying.
Hey, if I die, I die.
I don't try. A lot more people will die. Today, then tomorrow. It won't end.
Right. Then let's do this. While the warden's still listen to me.
Evka, you're alive.
The Blight and I had a little disagreement. I'll rally the others. Someone decked the first warden and left me in charge.
I was practicing for an archdemon. Let's get to it.
I know a way to the trap.
Once this is over, there's an old illuvian here that could be our escape.
Yeah, it, kind of fell out of the building.
Oh? Well, if I can borrow some of your people, we'll get it right again.
The infamous library. What happened to it?
Gillenane. She's affecting everything. Let's just find our way through this mess.
Should be a door on the other side. That'll put us near the trap.
We need to clear the Blight out first. When you trap the Archdemon, a Grey Warden gets killed. Is that how it works?
It's true. And die doing it. It's complicated. But every warden is prepared for the sacrifice. I'm ready.
To die?
Who knows? Maybe they'll hang my portrait in here someday.
It's not over yet.
Will be soon enough.
And Lucanis? He still needs a shot at Gillenane.
That's why we came here.
There's a question of how. She's in the sky.
One impossible thing at a time. There! That griffin statue!
expansion.
Then let's get you through this mess.
Behold, an archdemon ride!
That looks awesome. Look at how huge it is.
And now, I die. Hey, Gillenay! Come down here and fight!
The Dreadful's knife. Retreat!
Davrin.
Give Hassan a hug for me.
Stand down, Warden.
Okay, whatever you say, sir. Go ahead.
My war, my glory.
I'm not gonna argue.
It's all yours.
At least you've got some honor in the end. As supreme authority of Whitehound, I hereby declare this blight at an end.
Racing heart, ragged breath, a waste of useful blood. Lassa, Headley, Galara.
Maybe she wants to talk.
What? You've got to be kidding me!
Flesh is limitless. New forms to be perfected, new appetites to be sated. But hearts untouched.
That's
do this!
Consume their flesh! Shatter their bones! Return to me!
Carnis, where are you? I'm here, Rook. You ready to take your shot? Say their word.
We've almost got it. Be ready, Lucan. I'll kill the Archdemon. You take out Gillenay.
I'm ready. Dubrin! We're never gonna forget you.
Just make it count. I can only die once.
Dubrin! Kill it! Now Lucanus! Finish her! Let's go!
Give me another shot.
Too late! Back to the Illuvian! Is it working?
I hope so.
Best odds all day!
Evka sent word. Last of the civilians made it to Lavendel. Janos and his people held the line long enough for them to escape Weishaupt. And the Wardens are in Lavendel too.
What's left of them, you mean? Over 1,000. That's how many fellow Wardens I had. And now? One god, one archdemon. That's all it took to nearly wipe out our entire order.
I promise you, Davrin, we'll make Gillenay pay. For every warden she killed, every child left alone, there will be a reckoning.
How? We all saw what she did. That's beyond our...
We killed her archdemon, though. That's something, isn't it?
That's an incredibly rare accomplishment.
Yeah, after it turned into a snake monster with too many heads. Are all blighted dragons gonna do that? I don't know how to fight that.
Well, at least we've made Gillenay mortal.
Mortal or immortal, doesn't matter if we can't get close enough. We had our shot at her, and we missed.
Say what you mean, Davrin. I missed.
Nobody blames you for that, Lucanus.
Yeah? Maybe I do. This crow has a demon inside him, right?
Now, that's not...
How do we know we can trust him? Maybe the demon pulled his punches.
Okay, hold on. Now we're getting...
And you, Warden? What about the blight that runs through your veins? The same blight that chokes my city. The same blight that Gillenay commands so effortlessly.
Just a moment, please.
Enough. We're on the same side here, and for the same reasons. We all saw the terror these gods will bring and chose to stand against it. This team needs to depend on each other. To unite against impossible odds. That's the only hope we've got.
We're all in agreement on that point, Rook. But the question remains, how? We barely survived against one of the gods.
I nearly had her.
Nearly. But spite is a creature of raw emotion. Your turmoil over what befell Treviso feeds him. Both of you vying for control. It's no wonder you missed such a rare opportunity.
I think we've all been distracted.
I've been preoccupied myself after discovering that hand of glory.
And I can't stop worrying about my new magic.
Or what the Venatori are up to in Docktown.
Until those problems are resolved, we will not be prepared to face the gods. A moment of inattention, a single lapse, could prove fatal, and the gods will allow no second chances.
He's right, Rook. We can't afford to stumble. The gods will jump on that in a heartbeat. We must be ready for them. That said, we need to find them first. Harding, can you send word to Evka, see if she has any rested scouts?
Scouts? Why?
The Darkspawn that attacked Weishaupt had to come from somewhere. I bet they'll be headed back there. Following them should at least put us on the gods' trail.
Got it.
As for the rest of...
Look, nothing against Emmerich. He's right about needing focus. But what happened at Weishaupt? That was more than a distraction.
So is what happened to Treviso. What the Blight has done to the city, to its people. These are more than distractions, Rook.
Either way, we all need to step back, clear our heads.
So, how do you think that went?
Davrin was still upset there, at the end. That's his right, after the horrors at Weishaupt. But I hoped I'd gotten through to him.
They stopped fighting when you told them to. That's something.
Emmerich's right, though. Everyone on this team has some kind of unfinished business hanging over their heads.
That's the danger in recruiting competent people. They bring more interesting and complicated problems along with them. So go help Rook. Support them. Solve those problems. And maybe start with Davrin and Lucanus. With Treviso and Weishaupt. They've got more in common than they did before.
And the gods?
You've asked the Wardens to track them through the Darkspawn. That'll take time.
I should use that time to check in with the team. And then, I should go talk with Solus.
Better you than me. He'll want to know all about Gillenane, the Archdemon, and why you only stopped one of them. You know, all this talking wears me out. I'm going to take a nap. See you later, kid. Good luck.
Nev, that coffee in the kitchen, you made it?
Keen eye.
Did you boil it? If so, why?
I'm not picky. I got a cup and it does the job. That's all I ask.
I don't know where to go with this.
I think your coffee hurt his feelings.
Apologies to you and the beans.
That could only hurt me if I drank it.
So what's the coffee for?
I've been looking into the threads.
The Minrathu's crime syndicate.
Yeah, smuggling, extortion, protection rackets. The threads have fingers in the lot. They stay out of slavery and they're decent about the rest, but something stirred them up. They've increased activity, changed their patterns. Docktown's in chaos. Remember Alec, the thread-selling charms? He wants to talk and he doesn't reach out for nothing.
Sounds fun.
You've got strange taste in fun.
So do you.
Bad habit.
Ready when you are. Though, maybe Lucanus should make the coffee.
Probably helps your odds of survival.
Viango should taste this. Only thing worse than snake venom.
How did you get...
Lucanus? Are you in here brooding?
I'm fine.
That's not a no.
I had her. She should have never gotten away from me. This was our contract, Rook. I don't fail my contracts.
Just think how much more satisfying it'll be when you do take her down.
We cannot count on a second shot. I thought I still had this. Even with Treviso suffering, I thought I could still focus on what mattered. I need to work.
You might need sleep more than work at this point.
You might be right.
It's not over. Just take care of yourself for now, okay?
I was distracted. That cannot happen again. I need to get my head on straight.
Whatever you need to do.
Have you been to talk to the others? Davrin, especially. I think everyone might have things to deal with now. It's been too long since I checked in with Viago. I should find out if things in Treviso are stable. If I need to return there, I'll let you know. I won't miss another chance to make things right.
Davrin? Davrin, about Weishaupt. Davrin, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I can't believe Weishaupt is gone. It's always been there,
Wasn't supposed to be like this. That's Renaud. Malmont. Anya. We used to argue. Who'd be the one to take an archdemon down? Who'd die so that others could live? Not sure any of us believed it'd actually happen.
When the moment came, you did the Wardens proud.
Did I? Because I'm still here. They're not.
There's no getting them back. But at least they died heroes.
And I should have joined them. A Grey Warden kills an archdemon, they're supposed to die.
Who knows what happened? Maybe the gods changed things and the old rules don't apply. Why is being alive a problem?
Because I didn't expect to be here. Grey Wardens have an expiration. It pushed me.
There's more fight to go.
And if we manage to pull that off?
You'll do what you do best. Hunt monsters.
Plenty of people can do that. I'm talking purpose. I feel like a blade sharpened all these years to confront the worst darkness in the world. And my blade struck true at Weishaupt. What now?
Well, you'll raise a San to create a world where the light outshines the darkness.
Yeah? Well, let me tell you. That will require a lot more gingerwort truffles.
Hey, there are worse jobs than being a professional truffle hunter.
Don't start.
He seems to like the idea.
Guess we're stuck with each other, boy. No getting rid of me now. Someday I might actually know what that means.
While you sort that out, maybe you and Lucanus can try to bury the hatchet.
Yeah.
He had a rough time of it too.
I know. That was an incredible shot he took at Gillenane.
Then tell him that. Because fighting each other won't help us defeat the gods.
But we've got help. The Wardens, Shadow Dragons, Crows, Veil Jumpers, we're all in this together.
We are. But they've all got their own problems. If we want their help, we have to help them first.
Is that a plan I hear forming?
I think it could be. Thanks, Davrin.
Rook, interested in visiting the Memorial Gardens?
What are you up to?
I must tend to some rites in the necropolis. It should be peaceful and quite undisturbed. You'd be most welcome company.
Hey, am I interrupting?
Done in a sec. Morning, Rit.
Those are the ropes people.
We bind ourselves to remember who we are. My mother made me do it every morning. I had big fingers. Evitash. Shokotoebra.
You said you wanted to see me?
Yeah.
Rook, Tosh, glad I caught you both. The Grey Wardens found a cave that one of the Blighted Dragons uses as its lair.
Where?
In the Husberg wetlands.
I should check it out. We need to know how different they might turn into something like Gillenane's archdemon did. If there's a clue, I have to be ready.
fall of Weishaupt reverberated across the Fade, as did the fall of an archdemon.
But unless I am mistaken, both Elganan and Gillenane yet stand. We took down Gillenane's archdemon, but we weren't able to kill her. And how are you doing? Honestly, Weishaupt shook me.
You saw Treviso blighted. What makes Weishaupt harder to bear?
That's where I'm going to leave this one, because the recording does end here. I don't know why. That's probably called wait for something. But yeah, I'll be back on the next episode.